In this video, I am going to show you how to make 3 different types of charts using Microsoft Excel. This is Microsoft Excel 2011 for Mac. To get started, you will want to open the salary scale _start file that I provided for you in this module. When you open this file, you should see a screen that's similar to mine. There are 3 different tables in this file. The first one being median salaries for SC education professionals. The second one is Horry County Schools teacher salary scale 2014 to 2015. And the last one is difference in teacher salary bachelor versus master. We're going to use the first table for our chart. So when you create a chart, you want to select all of the data that you want to be included in that chart. So I'm going to go ahead and click and drag so all of this data is selected. The next thing I'm going to do is select the Charts tab. Here under the Insert Chart area, you'll see a bunch of different types of charts that you can include. We are going to do just a simple horizontal bar chart for this table. Go ahead and hit the down button and then select the first clustered bar chart. And you'll see a couple things about this chart already that we need to fix. The first one being there's no title. The next one is this data at the bottom is all overlapping and it's not really legible, so we'll fix that. And then the next thing is in the legend area, you'll see a key for 2 different types of series, but we only have one series of data in this table, so we don't need our legend to have both. So let's start with that. Go ahead and right click in the area of your chart and then go to Select Data. Go ahead and delete Series 1 because we're only going to work with Series 2, so you can hit the Remove button. For Series 2, you'll go over to the name and just type in salaries. And then you'll select OK. This automatically changed the name in our legend, but it also gave us a chart title. So now we can change that chart title. You can go ahead and select that text box. And I'm going to name this the same thing as my table. Now we need to fix this data at the bottom so we can actually read what it says. So go ahead and select it and right click and then select Format Access. You'll then select the text box option and here you'll see a section that says Custom Angle. We're going to change this angle to 15 degrees. You can see now that my data has rotated itself. So now it's lined up with the ticks on the chart and you can read what it says. So go ahead and hit OK. The next thing I want to do is add in the actual salary amounts, the actual data, so they line up with these bars so you can see how much these values really are. So go ahead and right click on one of the bars and select Add Data Labels. You'll see now that my data is on my chart. It looks nice like this, but I think it would look even better if the data was inside of the bar. The bars are a little bit thin right now, so we're going to make them a little bit bigger. Go ahead and right click on the bar again and select Format Data Series. Here you'll see your gap width under the options area. Go ahead and put that at about 70. You'll see now that my bars have gotten a little bit wider and now my data will fit inside perfectly. So go ahead and select OK. To get my data inside my bar, I'm going to right click on my data and select Format Data Labels. Here under Label Options, you can move around where your data is going to be. So you can put it in the center of the bar, the end of the bar, or inside the base. I'm going to select Inside Base. That looks okay, but I think I might want it at the end instead. So I'm going to select that and hit inside end. I like the way this looks better, so we're going to stick with that. Now that my font is black and it's inside this red bar, it really just doesn't stand out the way I want it to. So I'm going to go to the font area and change my font color to white. That makes it stand out just a little bit more and it's a little more legible. And then I'm going to hit OK. That is all we're going to do for this chart. So let's go on to our next table. For this table, I want to just compare the bachelor column to the master column. I don't need all of these columns included in my chart. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select and drag so my bachelor column is selected, and then I'm going to push and hold Command on my keyboard and select and drag for the master column as well. Now I'm going to go back to my Charts tab, and this time we're going to make a column chart. So I'm going to hit the down button and then select Clustered Column. I'll move that up a little and make it a little bigger. Now for this one, I think I want to change the color of this bar so it makes it a little bit different from my first chart. So I'm going to select these red bars and select Format Data Series. And then I'm going to go to Fill and change the color to a green and hit OK. You can also change the colors of your chart by coming up here to Chart Styles and selecting one of the pre-made options. This time my legend is correct. It has Bachelor and Master on there. All of my numbers are lined up pretty well. So really all I want to do to this chart is add in my data labels. So I'm going to right click on my bars again and hit Add Data Labels. Do the same thing for my blue bars. There are all my labels. They look okay like this, but they're not quite as legible as I would want them to be. I want them inside my bars again. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and right click on my data and select Format Data Labels. I'm going to make sure the text box option is selected. I am going to make my text rotate. And then I'll select the labels option and move them to the inside base. And then I'm going to select my font and make the color white. I'm going to do that same thing for the other set of data as well. Format Data Labels, text box, rotate, labels, inside base, font, white. My font didn't change, so I'm going to try that again. There we go. And that's it for that chart. Let's move on to the last one. For this chart, I want to compare the bachelor salaries to how much additional salary I would get if I had a master's degree. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did in the last chart. I'm going to select and drag the bachelor column, let go of my mouse, hit and hold Command on my keyboard, and then select and drag additional salary. I'm going to do another column chart for this, but this time I'm going to do a stacked column. I'm going to move that over. I want this one to match my other chart, so I'm going to make the red green by right-clicking Format Data Series, Fill, and green. And then I'm going to add my data labels again. Right-click on the bar, add data labels. Right-click on the bar, add data labels. This looks okay, but I'm going to put these data labels inside of the bar. So I'm going to format data labels. I'm going to go to text box. I'm going to rotate. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. And that is it. When you're finished, all you have to do is copy the chart that you want to use and paste it into a PowerPoint slide and then submit the PowerPoint file. Let me know if you have any questions.